Good evening. We're back here at TV's cabin, video 10, I believe. I think we left off video 9 last night. As you can see, this is all we got done. Today I've had a busy day. My mom has broke her arm, cracked it apparently. So, she had a doctor appointment, not just for that, but for a routine check and checkup and stuff, and they sent her to the hospital and x-rayed it, and we're waiting to see how bad she broke it. It may be just a bad crack, but we do know it's broke. How bad, we don't know what they're going to do with it to fix it. So I've been at the hospital most of the day. I went down to the post office to find out about shipping knives. You can't ship them from the post office anymore unless it's a little bitty pocket knife, or some small knife. Below, I think it said 3 inches. Well, or not. This one here is 8.5 with a hammer, but it's a 5-inch blade. I'm pretty sure what I think I made it out to be when I got the handle on it. I believe so. But if knife is just like a gun, I have to ship it from a pawn shop or a licensed dealer till I get my license in order to ship it. But then I got to ship it to another licensed dealer in their area for them to pick up their knives if they order and buy from me. Because of the way the system is, I can't send you a knife in the mail no more, and I don't have any other options. I'll check with UPS and some of the other shipping companies to see, but I'm relatively sure that I'll have to have a license before I can ship these out. From what I've been told so far. So it's been a busy day. Who would have thought you had to have a license to send a dad blasted knife to somebody? Back in my day, we didn't. It wasn't necessary. Let me get the glasses on. I'm still working down this knife handle a little more, trying to fix it where it's a little nicer looking. It's not bad where it is. I'm just fixing and finishing, checking it and finishing it out. I'll sand it down when I get done rasping all the corners around, because I don't want any square corners. Your square corners are rough on the hand. I want it smooth when you handle it, so it won't be difficult for the lady to use her knife. Like I said, she's a friend of the family, and I've known her for, 13 years, I guess, or 14 years going on. And my uncle knew her longer than that. They were his friends to start with. When he died, I got acquainted with them and Russ. I can't remember what Russ's last name was, but he was into the Arkansas football game, buddy, and he could drink with the best of them. I enjoyed old Russ. He owned Jim's best lawnmower. All we had to do was mow his grass, and he'd let Jim use his lawnmower on his land out there, so Jim didn't have to buy a big riding lawnmower. Shoot, this was a monster type lawnmower. And he was a heck of a nice guy. He let you use his stuff. Only thing, like I say, he drank pretty heavy on beer. That was his only fault, if there was a fault. I like to drink a little myself without getting excessive. It was so funny, they had a policewoman up there, and he came out one morning cussing the dog, Russ did. Hadn't on to tell this, but heck, he's gone now and passed on, I understand. What I've been told. Good guy, though. But he was cussing the dog, and this policewoman come down there. He blocks up, had a report that he was causing trouble, and she, big old gal, she slams him up against the house, going to take him in. And he tells Jim, he says, before my Uncle Jim, he says, Jim, tell her I didn't do nothing. All I did was get after my dog. And Jim said, I see you down at the calaboose. You take him in, he's guilty. Now, Jim, he would say, you ain't gonna let that woman take me to jail, are you? And what the funny thing was, it was all a setup. Jim and that police lady kind of set him up. Jim told him finally, said, now look, he wasn't threatening me or cussing me, he was talking to his dog. So they let him off. And over us, he was all upset. He thought he was going to jail. Jim and I teased him about that big woman just wanting to get her hands all over him. Search strip, try to search you down. I said, she gets you downtown, she gonna strip search you, Russ. Oh, he didn't want to hear that shit at all, boy. He didn't want to go downtown with that police woman. Go to jail. And really all he done, he was cussing his dog. And that was enough to get him into trouble. Wedge keeps coming out of hand. But I was just rounding that off because there's a spot right there that was gouging it, still is. Can't get it to spot level off the way I want. Now I got it. Getting in there at it. Bad little handle. I just want to get it. This is so hard, that bottom piece. Wood, I can't get it grooved down in there well enough. Pretty hard work. I just got a little shim in there to kind of space that out. I'm going to have to cut another shim the width of this, cram it in there, and then put one in at the bottom little piece, and I'll glue that shut. Nobody ever knows there. That's just some of the tricks of the trade on filling in the knife that I do. And it works as long as you get it in there and glue it in. But I'm not going to put it in there right now because I'm not through working on the knife. I want to heat treat this knife and then put an edge on it. Now granted, I don't really have to heat treat it again because it's already hardened steel when I bought it, pretty hard. But it's best to retreat it and then like I say, throw it up on the rack and you can soften it a little bit at about 1800 degrees or less. Just to you don't want to soften it too much after you get it hardened, but a little bit, just so it's flexible so it'll cut through stuff and yet not break on it. Because a real hard blade can break, they say. I've been told that. I don't know if you leave it too hard. But you want to get the whole blade evenly stiff or evenly hard when you're heating it up. It'll be kind of a rainbow, purple, grayish color when it's hardened enough, when it's ready to stick over in the oil. I use a magnet now, but I didn't for years. I just looked at the color of the metal and I'd stick it over in there to treat it. But the magnet's a more accurate way because when you get it at the temperature hot enough that it's hardened, ready to harden, it'll be where the magnet don't stick in it. When the magnet won't stick to your metal anywhere on that blade, down the side, you can take and put it over and over. It's ready. But that's exactly why I didn't put an edge on it yet. I just cut it out to the pattern I wanted. Now at this point I'll have to really watch when I'm heating it because you could heat it too much and melt the end. But then it's just a small knife. It's not a big deal to do. I can trim it off and make it a little shorter. It won't hurt nothing. That's why it's got plenty of extra. There's 5 inches of better on the blade there, ready to use. It's pretty smooth the way it is. I'm liking it pretty good now. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I'd use it like it is, but I want it to look good all the way around, fit good, making it special for Elane. Put her name on it. She's kind of a senior citizen. I don't know how old she is. I don't ask her.